Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. You might be wondering, why am I standing outside in my front yard talking to you? That's because this is the quietest place in my home that I could find to talk to you with 3 little boys around. This is it. I had to go outside, you guys. Nothing but like a squirrel in a random tree is gonna bother us here.
Baby, we're children of summer, we're meant to be free. Hearted, we're not like the others, no reason to be.
So a quick word about ourselves. My name is Sarah and I am a homeschooling mom to 3 little boys. I'm a former elementary school teacher. I am a director of a classical conversations group here in our area, and I vlog and share videos with you here on YouTube about so many different things: motherhood, homeschooling, day in the life, cleaning videos, home decor videos, Disney videos, purposefully living and being a homemaker videos, all sorts of things. So if that sounds interesting to you, click that red subscribe button and please join our family. But because I am a homeschooling mom here at Classical Conversations, I love to share tips and tricks for new tutors, for seasoned tutors, all sorts of things to help your homeschooling community and year just go a little bit smoother. So I have been sharing, kind of plugging along cycle 2 here and sharing different science experiment videos and kind of like how we do them. I've really made these tutorial videos for the tutors in my community, but I thought I would put them on YouTube so that all of you could benefit from them as well, and I hope you find them beneficial. So today it is January. It is the start of a new year, but it is also the start of our next semester here with CC, and so it's new beginnings, and so it's a time for us to jump right into CC Cycle 2 Week 13 Science. So the purpose of this first experiment is to tell what makes a sound loud or softer. Okay, so here we're gonna try it out. All right, friends, I'm inside of my kitchen now, and so I have 2 items that you will need. CC tutors at the Pasadena community, I will provide all of the items that you will need for this experiment. This first experiment that we are doing is called Spoon Bell, and it is number 161 in the Van Cleve book. You will need a heavy metal spoon, heavy weighted, and you will need some thick kind of a yarn or twine or kite string is what they call it. So here we go. Okay, so now this part will feel a little bit awkward, but you're going to tie the string. You have 30 inches of this kite string. See, it's all messed up right now. 30 inches of the kite string. You're gonna wanna tie it right in the middle, okay? And then you're gonna put the handle of your spoon so that it is tied in the middle of your string. So you wanna have equal sides of string on each side of your spoon. Okay, so here we go. So you're gonna hold one end like this. Hear my darling boys in the background. You mamas can relate. That's what I love about homeschool moms, is I feel like there's really never any judgment on sounds and loudness and volume control with your kids, because you guys all get it. You all know what it's like to be home all day with children. All right, you guys ready? So here, this is how your spoon should be ready to go. You're gonna wanna hold on to each side quickly. Here we go. All right, so, whoop. All right, so you have your string. You have enough kind of leeway so that you can place your fingers into your ear, and then you're gonna wanna tap very lightly and softly. Take the end of the spoon and you're gonna tap it against a table. Ready? While your fingers are in your ear, very softly, and tell me what you hear. Ready? What did you hear? What did you hear? And you're gonna wanna listen. Let's try it again softly. You can feel a vibration all the way into your ears. And what I heard was, it sounded kind of very soft, like a little bell that you might ring, like a little tiny tea bell, or like a bell that you would ring. I don't know if people really use those anymore these days, or like a teacher school bell, just very soft little like ding a ding a ding a ding, like a Tinkerbell bell. Okay, then you're gonna want your students to take it again and do the same procedure, same steps, but this time you're going to clank the spoon very hard against the table. Ready? And tell me what you hear. What do you hear? Whoa. Okay, so that time it sounded like church bells, like a clanking, like a church bells are ringing kind of thing, and it could be heard, heard throughout the town. It was really loud. That's my favorite one. So you're gonna want your students to try that. Explain to them the difference of sounds and the bells and why was one louder and why was one softer, and do you think because the first one we hit it softly tapped it against, did that make it softer? The second one we hit it louder and harder, did that make it louder? We did a stronger hit, not a louder hit, a stronger hit. So let me tell you why. This is the why of the portion of this experiment. Okay, so now we get into the why of this, and this is more of like the scientific part. We know why based on what we felt and what we saw and what we did, but this is the actual scientific part that our books tell us why, and so let's just delve right into that. Okay, why? All sound is a form of wave motion that is produced when things vibrate. We felt the vibration, at least I did, when I put it in my ear, my finger in my ear. I could feel the vibration from the spoon going up to the string and into my finger and into my ear. Vibration is a movement that goes back and forth. So when you hit the spoon up against the table, or in my case, my countertop, it was a back and forth movement that caused the vibration. Striking the spoon caused it to vibrate, and the loudness or quietness of the sound produced by vibrating molecules depends on the amplitude. So amplitude is the height of the sound wave produced by the vibrating molecules. The higher the amplitude of the wave, the louder the sound, okay? So when we did it really hard and we hit that spoon really hard up against the counter, that caused our spoon to, the amplitude of the wave to sound louder, right? That made a louder sound. When we softly hit the spoon, it made a softer sound. So that's kind of a fun way for you to work with your students. You can try this, tutors, with groups. You can try this in pairs. You can try this where you have each child come up to the class and do it in front of everybody. You can have a lot of fun, a lot of variation with this one. It's a fairly safe experiment, and I think the kids are gonna have a lot of fun with it. Even your little guys, your little 4- and 5-year-olds should love this one, and just trying out the different sounds, hearing, and you could even get into talking a little bit more about just how amazing the human ear is and how God made us to hear things, and it's one of our senses, and you can really tie it into creation and God and just how marvelously and magnificently we're made. So that is our first experiment, and let's get into this experiment. Well, it's not really number 2, but the second experiment of week 13. Okay, so our last experiment is number 162 in Janice Van Cleve, and it is called a humming glass. So you're going to want to take a glass, preferably one that has a nice thinner rim. I said limb. A nice thinner rim to it. You're going to want to make sure you clean it with dish detergent, as well as make sure that you really kind of cleanse the rim of the glass with either like an alcohol swab or vinegar, so that you don't have any oils or dirt from your hand that might mess with the sound of the glass. So what we've done is we have a glass that I have washed with dish detergent, made sure it's really dry, really clean, and then I've also got a cup of water here. I've cleaned my fingers, and I took, you can take vinegar or like a little bit of alcohol, and you want to clean your fingers so that you don't have any oils or dirt or anything on your fingers, and you also want to clean with either a vinegar or an alcohol or something like that. You want to clean the rim of the glass so that you get the best sounding kind of quality. So let's try it. So I'm going to take a little bit of water, and I'm going to run it on the rim of the glass. Let's see if we can hear it. It's a little bit tricky. Sometimes it takes some practice. Alright friends, so here is the whole purpose of this experiment. Excuse all my Christmas stuff in the background. I am in the middle of putting away boxes and Christmas trees and all sorts of things. The purpose of this experiment is to show how friction can cause a glass to vibrate, which you just saw us do. Tutors in our community, I will have all the supplies you need. We also have a kitchen, so if you need to get water, you can get water from there, but I will have all the other supplies, dishwashing detergent, alcohol swabs, vinegar, all that stuff you'll have. And basically, the result is the glass starts to hum when its rim is rubbed, and we saw that it made that kind of eerie, like hummy sound. Why does this happen? Okay, washing the glass in your hands removes any oil that might act as a lubricant. The vinegar also dissolves any oil that might be present and increases the friction between your skin and the glass. Let's see, rubbing your fingers around the rim causes the glass to vibrate because your finger skips and pulls at the glass, and this causes the glass to vibrate. The pitch of the sound you hear is due to frequency, and frequency is the number of vibrations per second. So that is why we hear that kind of eerie humming sound when we do that. So I invite you guys to just have fun with this experiment. This whole week 13 in science is a lot of fun because it's hands-on. The kids of all ages will be able to do it. It's safe. They're safe experiments. They're fun. You will definitely be able to use your full 30 minutes that you have for science experiment because you can, oh, my cat just jumped up here. Hello. Say hello, Macy. Sorry, I'm shaking my camera. Real life, right? You will definitely be able to use your full 30 minutes that you have, and I suggest that you allow each child to do each experiment a few times, multiple times, so that they really get the most and they make this experiment their own. So that is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I just invite you to subscribe to this channel. This channel is kind of my heart and it's my life, and it's a lot of me sharing my heart and my life with you. And if you are haven't been kind of caught up, I had some pretty crazy medical stuff happen over Thanksgiving break, and so I will link that video somewhere up here if you're interested. But I had a really sweet viewer on here write to me, and I just wanted to thank her publicly. So I opened up my Facebook Messenger the other day, and I had a really sweet viewer on here and a fellow CC mama, Amy Robe, and she wrote me, Amy, thank you. You wrote me the sweetest, dearest, kindest message ever, and she said that she's praying for me with some of the health issues I've had, and she was concerned I hadn't posted a week 13 science yet. So Amy, I hope we can be friends. I'm gonna go ahead and send you a friend request today. Thank you so much. I'm sorry I haven't responded sooner. The kids, my husband, we've all had this bout of like sinus infections and flus, but God is good, and I thank you for your prayers because we feel them. And this is what I love about CC, is that it is everywhere and it is this big community. So Amy, thank you. And I also invite you because I am trying to live for 2020. It's a new decade. It's an amazing year. I can just feel it, and it is my personal goal to live life more purposefully, to be more purposeful, I don't know if that's a word, to live life more purposefully as a wife, as a mother, as a homeschool mom, as a director of a CC program. This is my first year, and I'm learning as I go along with this whole thing. I want to have my homemaking be more purposeful. I want to make Sundays purposeful. I want to just make life more purposeful. There are so many distractions in the world today, technology, you know, sickness, just so many different things, that I feel that to live a life more purposeful means to live a life that is Christ-centered and to enjoy the small things, because you know the small things, we're not promised a tomorrow. And so that's my goal. That is my goal this year. And so I invite you to join along, and if you want to follow along on this journey of mine and join it with me, click subscribe, and we'll see you back here next time with another CC video and more family vlogs and all of that sort of great stuff. So happy new year, you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Have a great first week back at CC. Love you all and bless you all. Bye-bye.